Hello and welcome to Sports Fan Entertainment, here to talk NFL head coaching news. We have 3 all-new NFL head coaching positions that have been filled, so I'm going to discuss these and I will discuss some more vacancies as they become filled as this week progresses. We are 3 now, we will have 5 later, probably this week, maybe into next week, so expect 1 or 2 more videos as it concerns these new NFL head coaches. But we're going to start with a returning head coach, and that is Bruce Arians, who is returning to the NFL. He will be head coaching the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and I pretty much love this. Now, I can't go all in on this because the huge question as it pertains to Bruce Arians is his health. This is a guy that retired a year ago, and he said, and he legitimately felt that he was done with the NFL. He said that his wife said it was time to quit, it was time to be done, and we all know the health issues that this guy's been going through. He's had to miss some time with the Arizona Cardinals. He had, I believe, a tumor removed from his kidney a while back. He has high blood pressure problems, or maybe low blood pressure. I don't know. But there's a lot of health issues that Bruce Arians has been enduring over the past 3 years. He's 66 years old, which isn't that old. But man, when you combine it with the issues that he's had, you have to question how long will this last and will these issues persist in the upcoming years for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But if he can instill a culture in Tampa Bay, instill an infrastructure that can help Tampa Bay moving forward, I think this could be really good, because not only is Bruce Arians coming, but so is Todd Bowles as well. And I think this could set up absolutely perfectly for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are planning to move forward with quarterback Jameis Winston at the helm. And I still have faith, yes I do, in Jameis Winston. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers ranked 3rd this season in passing offense, right? They had the 3rd most passing yards. Now, some of that was Ryan Fitzpatrick, who I believe started officially 5 or 6 games, but a lot of it, the majority of it, was Jameis Winston, who constantly led the Tampa Bay Buccaneers down the field, having 19 passing touchdowns in 11 games. But he also had 14 interceptions, right? The interceptions continue to be a problem for Jameis Winston, but you still see his arm talent, you still see his ability to move the ball down the field. Can Bruce Arians instill in Jameis Winston more conservative play, more smart play? I think he can, and if you can do that in 2 or 3 years, leave, then to me, you promote Todd Bowles. I like Todd Bowles. Now, I think it was about time for him to leave in New York, but assuming that now he can work under Bruce Arians again, Arians can teach him a couple things, right? Keep him at bay. I think eventually promote him to being head coach when Bruce Arians leaves. I think that's a great infrastructure. And you're also bringing in Harold Goodwin to be your run game coordinator offensively. This is a guy that was offensive coordinator for Bruce Arians in the past with the Arizona Cardinals. So I can see Todd Bowles being promoted to head coach, Harold Goodwin being promoted to offensive coordinator, and that being the framework for the Buccaneers after Bruce Arians. So Bruce Arians, we already know about him. He's 58-33 in his head coaching career. That is fantastic. He led the Cardinals to the NFC Championship, although they got blown out against the Carolina Panthers, and I want to say the 2015 season. I mean, that was very impressive. He had a disappointing 2016 season after that, but I think he had an impressive 2017 season going 8-8. The Cardinals did not deserve to go 8-8 that year, and that showed as this year they tanked without him. They stunk without him, going 3-13. He is a very good head coach. I don't think anyone's going to argue against that. The Cardinals, man, that was their one chance to win the Super Bowl in the past decade, except for that Kurt Warner weird year that they had when they went 9-7 and somehow made it to the Super Bowl, right? So Bruce Arians, we know he's a great coach. He's coming to Tampa Bay, and he could fix Jameis Winston. And if he doesn't, right, if he evaluates Jameis Winston, he says, okay, this guy's not good enough, no matter what I do, this guy's going to continue to throw interceptions, then he can mold the next guy in Tampa Bay. So I'm all for this, because not only do you have one head coach here, I think if Todd Bowles does a decent job, and I believe that he will, you could have another one here. So you won't have to completely change systems again when you bring in the next guy. I absolutely love this hire in Tampa Bay. I think it could, and I think it will, honestly, save Jameis Winston's career as a starting quarterback, especially for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I expect him to do well this season. Maybe not great, but he could be. I mean, he has MVP level talent. Whether or not they get it out of him, we're gonna see, but I'm all for this, because Jameis Winston pre Bruce Arians, I'll say was equal to Carson Palmer before Bruce Arians. Honestly, I think Carson Palmer and Jameis Winston, look at their career stats, they're about equal pre-Bruce Arians. So expect for Jameis Winston to really improve here. I'm all for this. I love this. So with that said, let's move on to the next head coaching hire, the next big head coaching hire, and that is Matt Lafleur heading to the Green Bay Packers. So first, let's discuss this from a Green Bay Packers perspective and then from a Tennessee Titans perspective. So this is the former offensive coordinator for the Tennessee Titans. So Green Bay Packer fans, I know what I'm talking about for the most part when it comes to Matt Lafleur. Now, I don't love judging these head coaching candidates and these head coaching hires when we haven't seen them be head coaches before. I mean, everyone wants to do that, and I understand why, but people, we just really don't know. I mean, we really don't know. Now, we can see their offense, and if they've had good offenses in the past or great defenses in the past, then we believe that's going to translate, but sometimes it just doesn't. You don't know how they're going to leave the locker room. You don't know how good of a head coach they will be. The things that I like about Matt Lafleur, man, I think this guy is incredibly smart, man. This guy has worked under Sean McVay. This guy has worked under Kyle Shanahan. He was with the Atlanta Falcons as a quarterback coach during Matt Ryan's MVP season. He was with Sean McVay in that first year in LA. This year in Tennessee, though, okay? And let me preface this by saying I wanted Matt Lafleur to be the head coach for the Titans last year. I wanted him over Mike Vrabel, the guy that we have now. But as he came in an offensive coordinator this year, he's slightly underwhelmed to me. Now, some people will tell you that he grossly underwhelmed, and I don't buy that because you look at the quarterback situation with the injuries to Marcus Mariota and just the horrific play of Blaine Gabbert, I think there was only so much that he could do. But point blank simple, we were 25th in terms of total offense, and that's not good. I mean, you just cannot explain that. I know our personnel is not great offensively, but it ain't that bad. 25th in terms of total offense, and that is the guy that you hired, and that is just not impressive. Now, however, again, he's worked under great offenses before, and I believe that this guy knows offense, he knows NFL offense, and because he has worked very well under very talented passers like Jared Goff and Matt Ryan in the past, I think he's going to translate well with Aaron Rodgers. But again, he led a bad offense in Tennessee in 2018. However, again, the Marcus Mariota, you guys can believe, what you want to believe about him. I think he's a decent quarterback in the NFL. I think he's a franchise quarterback. So the fact that he wasn't able to get everything out of him is a little concerning to me, right? However, again, because I think he's such a smart guy, I think he's going to bring in a great defensive coordinator. This guy already has a very strong NFL coaching tree. People around the league respect Matt Lafleur. Okay, I'm saying that absolutely. I think he's going to bring in a great defensive coordinator to help back him up, and he will learn very quickly. I think this is one of the smartest guys in the NFL right now. He may not be Sean McVay level because I don't think anyone's Sean McVay level, but he's close, man. He's young. I think it's a very progressive hire. I think it's a forward-thinking hire, and I think it could be very good. But there are red flags here, so just be careful with that. I think he was 1 year away. I think it was 1 year too early to make Matt Lafleur a head coach. That is my opinion. And I wanted him over Mike Vrabel last year. But seeing him this year, I thought he was 1 year away. He really started to catch fire late into the year. All right, I will give you that. But in terms of this year, I don't think that he was the guy yet. I thought he was 1 year away. So with that said, from a Tennessee Titans perspective, yes, this is unfortunate. The Tennessee Titans must once again move on from their offensive coordinator. This will be Marcus Mariota's fourth, I believe, offensive coordinator coming up in terms of his 5 years in the NFL, and that's just too much, right? That's unfortunate. Now, here's the thing. Now, again, Matt Lafleur did not do a great job with Marcus Mariota. Now, I believed in the second year it would have been better. We could have seen a Kyle Shanahan progression. Remember, Kyle Shanahan didn't do great with Matt Ryan in year one. And then all of a sudden, year two, things popped off. Things were great. We could have seen something similar with Matt Lafleur as Marcus Mariota. And really, the whole Titans offense got more ingratiated in Matt LaFleur's offense. But regardless, it's time to switch offensive coordinators once again, and most likely systems. Now, they could elect to promote quarterback coach Pat O'Hara to being the offensive coordinator and maintain the current system. I don't know anything about Pat O'Hara. I'm not going to tell you whether or not that'd be good or bad. I don't know, right? I mean, everyone's going to say this would be bad, that would be great. We don't know. I mean, people, we don't know. Who is Pat O'Hara? What's his philosophy? You don't know. So don't act like we know. In terms of maintaining consistency, I would kind of be for that. But at the same time, here is the thing. If you do make a truly great offensive coordinator hire, he can come in year one, change things, and although it's another change and a change that you hate, as long as he does a good job, things could be great. Things could significantly improve. I mean, Sean McVay had no problem in 1 year revamping the LA Rams offense. Now, again, I understand that's Sean McVay, and that's hard to replicate. But Matt Nagy had no problem going to Chicago and significantly improving their offense, right? If you're a really good offensive guy, you shouldn't have much of a problem doing a very good job in even year one. Simplify your verbiage if you want to offensively and make things happen. So this could be an opportunity to get a guy that would have been a better fit for us than Matt Lafleur was. And again, I was a big Matt Lafleur guy, but it just didn't really work year one. I thought it was going to be better year two. I was excited for that, but maybe now we have an opportunity to get something better. Maybe. Now, we're already looking at a bunch of names, but the thing is right now, we have no one that is doing any scoop work for the Tennessee Titans, right? We have no inside info anymore. They have everyone on their payroll, okay, in terms of anyone that has any inside or sources on the Tennessee Titans. So we don't know who they're talking to. We don't know what their plan is. I will tell you this. I was interested in Dirk Cutter, but now he's going to Atlanta Falcons. So GG, we're not going to get him. I would like to get Adam Gase. Now, the thing with Adam Gase is he gone. Adam Gase will have one good year here, and then he will be gone. He'll be hired again, so you're going to have to change offensive coordinators again. So what I would recommend is a guy that would hopefully not leave. So maybe like a Jim Caldwell or something. But again, man, I just think you got to get the best guy possible. And right now, that is Adam Gase. Now, he may get a head coaching job, right? And if he does, then all right. But Adam Gase is a guy that was lauded by Peyton Manning. And if Peyton Manning lauds a guy and his football knowledge, then I believe in that guy. And that guy is Adam Gase, who is number one on my list right now. I'm interested in Freddie Kitchens. I'm interested in Chip Kelly and Mark Helfrich, all right, as these two guys formerly coached Marcus Mariota, and they know offense. And Mark Helfrich, he was the offensive coordinator for the Chicago Bears this year, so now he has experience in the NFL. So there's a lot of possibilities. We'll see what happens, and whenever we hire a guy, I'll make a video on that. But although it's unfortunate, this could be a chance to actually move forward because, again, our offense was just not very good this year. I mean, point blank simple, it held us back. Okay, I mean, just even though I'm a huge Matt Lafleur guy, it held us back. And Green Bay Packer fans, that's why I warn you, our offense held us back this year, and you just hired that offensive coordinator, and that's concerning. Now, with that said, the Texans defense held them back last year. We hired their defensive coordinator, and it was okay. You know, that's still to be determined, so we can definitely work. We'll see if it works for you. With that said, the final head coaching hire I want to discuss today is the hire of Kliff Kingsbury, the former Texas Tech head coach. He is heading to Arizona to be the head coach of the Arizona Cardinals, and I am mixed on this. It all depends on who he signs to be his defensive coordinator, point blank period, right? That is what's going to determine a lot here. I remember making the video I made on Sean McVay, and I said the same thing there. This is a very, very smart offensive guy who will be his defensive coordinator. And Kliff Kingsbury, we know about him. He does know offense. His offenses since 2011 have averaged 550 yards per game and 42 points per game. My goodness. He coached Baker Mayfield. He coached Patrick Mahomes. He coached Case Keenum for a little bit. He coached Johnny Manziel in his redshirt freshman year. This guy has been coaching very potent offenses in college, right, for the past number of seasons. Now, how will that translate to the NFL? That is the question. Now he's going to go coach Josh Rosen, and I think he's going to get a lot out of Josh Rosen. But again, defensively, what will they do? And can he also develop a good run game, right? David Johnson, man, this guy has not been doing much the past number of seasons. Now, he was injured a lot for one of them, but this season was a disappointing season for David Johnson. Can he get David Johnson back to his level of ability? We need to see that as well, but I think he will fix Josh Rosen. Although Josh Rosen doesn't need much fixing, this was not a good year, right? I mean, I know people defend Josh Rosen, that's fine. This is not a good year for Josh Rosen, right? I mean, just that's it. So we need to see improvement for him. I think we will. And I think Kliff Kingsbury will bring that. Unfortunately, Steve Wilkes one and done as Cardinals coach, but I'm fine with it. At points in the season, he looked like a chicken with his head cut off. You know, looked to be a little too early for the moment for him. So they're moving on to a guy here that honestly has more potential, especially offensively. I am for it for the Arizona Cardinals. So I think these teams are making good decisions. Again, I mix on Matt Lafleur, but I think it could be good. I like the Kliff Kingsbury, and I love the Bruce Arians hire for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So there you go. 3 head coaching hires. We have more to come. I will continue to update you guys on my thoughts on these head coaching hires. Until next time, this has been MJ of Sports Fan Entertainment, and I'm out. See you all later.